Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Jerry, and today I'm going to give you an update on my bandsaw sharpener and my setter and how I use it. I've done a few little modifications since I first built this thing quite some time ago. I think it was last year, back in December over Christmas break. About a year I've had this. I've changed how I use the setter. Makes it a little easier now. I was using this dial indicator, but I was finding I was getting a little inaccuracies. So what I do is I use the calipers. I'm looking for about 20 thousandths to 25 thousandths of set per blade or per tooth. So it goes, let me get my glasses on here. So right, okay, this one goes this way, straight this way, straight this way. So it alternates every other one or every third one. So it goes left, right, straight. The sets to clear out the sawdust. You won't cut if you don't have the proper set in your teeth. So I'm going to show you how I do it. It takes a little bit longer than I originally did it. So what I'd originally do is get this in position. I have this all indexed so it goes into the right spot. Lock the clamp, and I've already set these teeth, these clamps here. I give it a push, and I would check it with the indicator. However, this was flexing. So now what I've been doing, I was getting quite a bit of flex actually. So I just give it a little clamp with these vice grips. That way it doesn't open. And let's see where I'm at. Oop, take that off, pull that off. I know it's one step more. Lock it down. Then I clamp it, then I hit it. So I'm going to see, 1, 2, 3, see how much set I have. Well, let's mark this. So this is where I was when I started. So, I'm going to have to loosen that just a little bit. Let's get this out of the way. That's better. All right. So I want to check my set. I'm right at 64 thousandths. The blade's 40 thousandths. I'm at 64 thousandths. The blade's 40 thousandths. I doubt you can see that. So that one looks good. That too is at 64 thousandths. So I would say my set's good. So I'm going to run maybe 6 of them right now, and then we'll check. All right, let's get in a rhythm here. So what I do is I do mark the blade so I know when I got all the way around. So I hit a nail with this blade. Let's see what happens, see how it flexes. Actually, that did pretty good. I'm going to measure this one. All right, let's see where we're at. $63 thousandths. And this should be the straight one. Oh, that one's behind the wheel. So let's, this is rendition 1. So I'm not going to bore you with the rest of this. Okay guys, a couple of things now. I've got the blade all set. All the teeth have been set in this blade. That's the most time consuming part, is setting the teeth. I need to eliminate one step. So I'm gonna possibly rebuild this a little bit, especially that back end, so it's a little more stout. That way, I'm getting a little flex with them push-pull clamps. That is the reason I'm using those vice grips to hold them in. But it's all done. It takes about 10 minutes to do the whole thing. Now, one of the upgrades I've done to this thing, to the sharpener, this is just a Foley chainsaw sharpener. I have two other chainsaw sharpeners over there I use for my chainsaws, so this was just an extra one. I ended up buying a CBN wheel. I believe CBN stands for cubic boron nitride. I know it's like a diamond wheel. It's really hard. These are used on carbide, difficult to machine metals. So that's when they use the CBN or diamond wheels. So this is just a chainsaw wheel. I think it's 187 thousandths, so 3/16. It's made by Diamond Wheel Inc., and they're out of Minnesota. The cost, I bought this on my own. This was $112 shipped and tax and everything included. I was using these grinding wheels that I normally would use on the chainsaw, the sharpened chainsaw, but I was finding that I would get about 10 of them done and I'd have to reshape it and reset everything. Where this is already pre-shaped and it shouldn't change like this does. I don't know if you can see it, but you can see it, the angle actually changes. So I'd have to keep an eye on that. I've got this at 7 degrees now, 7.5 degrees, and I use this little inclinometer. I set it here, then set it there, and get you your 7.5 degrees, because these are 7.5 degree blades. These are those Norwood Sabertooth blades. All right, so this advances at one tooth at a time. Where's my marker? So I just like to let it go a few times. Just make sure everything's up. And then I'm going to start tuning it in. So let's turn this down. I'm probably pretty close. So it didn't hit the gullet, so I'm going to lower it just a little bit. Try that. I like that cut right there. Speed it. Let's do another one. Here's you've got a good cut going now. Hopefully you can see what's happening. Well guys, that will about do it. So my upgrade is that CBN wheel, makes a big difference. There's a couple other things I want to do to it. I want to make a tooth follower. Think of this marker on a little spring that goes up and down, and as it goes past it, it will lock it in. There's no way for it to slide backwards. Because every now and then, if a tooth has a booger on it, a little, whether it's just a little burr or a nick in it, it will pull the blade back ever so slightly. Oop, pop this off. Ever so slightly in that direction. It'll go that way. So if you had a little follower with a dowel pin and some spring pressure, it rides up, drops down, and it'll lock it in. So that's going to be in time maybe, but it still does what I needed to do. Total time sharpening is probably 10 minutes, setting maybe 10 minutes, so probably 20 minutes if I got to set one. So it's not super fast, but I can control it. I have a pulse width modulator control in here and a 12-volt power system, DC power system in there. So if you have any questions, leave a comment and maybe I can answer them. No, I'm not selling these. They're not hard to make. The hardest part is figuring out this cam here. And that really was pretty easy. All I did is a bunch of series of marks and just started cutting it down with a little flap wheel. So don't be afraid to try it. All right, guys, you guys have a great day. Oops, sorry about that. All right, guys, you guys have a great day. Take care.